Hi everybody, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in, Honda Town. It's a little rainy, a little wet. Bah. So you guys can see up there on my roof. See where it looks like it might have got painted, got some new colors. Yeah. It's been leaking. Ugh. I'll show you a pig. Around my chimney in my kitchen, it's been leaking. Needed new, I think he put butyl rubber because it is a flat roof. I think he did butyl. We were gonna maybe do sheathing or you know, some type of something. And I think he did butyl paint and sealed it all in. I'm out here checking now. Just with my camera, I can put it on the pole and zoom in and see it. I can't get up there because it's raining and wet, but I can see it on the camera. It's kind of cool. So, yeah, dealing with that. Otherwise, yeah. How's life? Things are good here. Looking real good over here. Looking real good here. Howdy, Miss Blondie. How you doing? She said, yeah, I'm doing good. She doing real good because I'm down here checking on points. Making sure everything is good. And actually, the points on this one looks brand new, guys. Almost more than brand new. It's absolutely amazing, really. So, all is good here. 100%. Which decided I just wanted to come over here and double check everything too. And of course here, yeah, I done been through everything on Mr. Dagwood. He good to go too. Thing rips. Wish we had some better weather so I could get it out and rip tire off. But no. So down here, wanted to check on this point set. Wanted to check my timing. I'm still dialed back just a little bit. I can still come forward. If you guys see here, I have my point. This one is my 0. This is my full advance. So I can still come forward a bit, which will change everything. One little notch on this thing adds about 20 horsepower. So, yeah. If we dial it up, it's going to make a bunch more horsepower, which turns into boost, which I think I'm still tuning, but I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. And on the launch out front, I had the main rev limit turned off. I had it on a switch to where I can turn it on and off, not on my clutch now, and it doesn't. I can adjust that on the fly. That's really what I've been trying to do with everything on this thing, is make it to where I can adjust it on the fly. I kind of need to. I'm trying to stay off the dyno. I'm trying to just do everything on my own, which is really what I've always done, and it works fine. So, yeah. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there really good. And really the biggest problem I'm having right now, this weather, I only want to make one change at a time. And now, the turbo was a big change. Huge change. But it was only one change. And there's several other things I want to check on. But I need to wait until I can make a pass and then change it. And if it doesn't work, change it back. That's how that goes. If your changes don't work, you change them back. You only make one change at a time so you know. So, yeah. Want to dial it up just a little more. I want to come up about 1 more degree so it advances just a bit more, so I get a little more zoot, get a little more boost, and everything will be good down here. I redid my wastegate actuator, so all is good there. 100%. Line comes down the bottom now, because on this manifold it is a bit different. And this pipe comes down low. You know, everything's a bit closer in here, which is really what I wanted, because I wanted everything to just be tighter and closer. And I call it my boost cube. It's my cube of boost, and it just barely fits in there. So yeah. But the one thing I noticed too, if you guys can see right back in here, since this is a little bit different, this oil line, I can fit my finger in there, but it's really close. The oil line, I went ahead and wrapped those two to keep the heat, but that fitting right there, it still got really hot. I was able to touch it after my run, but it was way warm. So I want to get a different fitting on there to be able to move the oil line at a 90 coming out this way and be able to get it away from that pipe and off the heat, because I think it's gonna not be good for my oil line long term, and they won't last, and I'll always have to carry an extra one because it might not last. But everything else is looking good, because the turbo placement is a bit different, but everything else is looking good, lined right up, all looking good up here. Fuel system is working really good now. If I turn it on, we're good. And that's really what I want to do. How I was talking about having 2 different fuel setups, I think it's what I need to go ahead and do. That hob switch turns on at a later time because it turns on at a higher PSI. I have it tuned down now about as low as it can go, and it turns on at about 3.5. Really, it's about 4. So I found another one. The hob switch is cheaper. They're about 20 bucks. But I found another one that's, well, I knew about it before. It's just way more expensive. It's from Honeywell. And it turns on at a half a PSI. Not 1, a half, 0.5. So it turns on at 0.5. It'll turn on everything. And then when the second fuel system needs to come on, I'll use the other hob switch to turn it on. I've tried using RPM activated window switches. They don't work. I don't want things to turn on with RPM. I want things to turn on with boost. Only with boost. Everything on this engine and setup works 100% fine without boost. So I don't want anything turning on just by RPM. Does that make sense? They have all kinds of nitrous switches that turn on with RPM and window switches for all kinds of stuff, but that's not what I want. I only want it to turn on with boost. That's why I'm using the pressure switches. I'll show you this one. The Honeywell turns on at a 0.5. So as soon as I'm barely making anything, it's going to turn on my low pressure system. And then once we get above 10 PSI, if I do it, I'll have a high pressure system. So, and I'll show you here. It's actually already set up for it. There's another fitting hole. The hob switch is right there. There's another fitting hole that's tapped right here for 1/8 inch MPT. So this is just my pressure where I could just test it, you know, with a tube. I'm going to pull that out, put my Honeywell pressure switch in there, be good to go, turn my timing up so all that comes on, turn my fuel pressure up just a little bit so everything's working in concert. Happy little concert, blowing boost, singing happy songs, sending me flying down the racetrack. Can't wait. Honda, yeah. So, yeah, thank them too. Yeah, looking good. Loving that fairing. Wish we could go ride. And over here, doing good. This thing just keeps on leaking. As you guys can see, stain in my case. That needs to go away. New one's on order. It should be here very soon. Pinstripe kit's on order too. Should be here soon. And it seemed like there was something else. There was one more thing I was thinking about, but I can't remember. Can't remember. Done forgot. Yeah, done forgot. So, oh yeah, this too, right here, guys. If you've noticed, I launched it really hard, and it didn't. It wanted to spin the tire. I think it did on that first return hit on my street. I think it spun the tire a lot. It didn't slip the clutch. It was spinning the clutch before because it wasn't grabbing. Well, I think my ceiling might have just dripped in here. Fun. This stuff, guys, works really good. That clutch bites so hard now. When you drop that thing, you're moving. This stuff works really good. If you need you a clutch that's going to hook up and send you, this is how. Delray MC4 1040. Yeah. And it's mineral. It's good stuff. Clean as hell. That and a nice clean filter. Boy, you're ready to race. Yeah. Thank you, Black Rifle Coffee. And of course, these guys right here. And once again, yep, these guys right here. So, Cheap China. I'm glad Cheap China is off of there. I'm glad Mitsubishi from Japan is back. And, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Way more to come on a beautiful Honda that's going to go really fast, I promise. So like, share, and subscribe. Send this out to the world. As soon as it quits raining, let's ride.